when you're looking at your options and you're like maybe running into difficulty using any of the good disc sets, you can use Dawn. If you're running Qingyi Nicole and you're realizing that you can't get any of the good sets to activate, you're gonna use Dawn. If you're running an unorthodox team that can't get shock up and you gotta be like parrying that fight, you're gonna be running Dawn. Or you probably should be running Dawn. So, how good or how not bad is it? Not great. It's not great. So I've been testing out Dawn in the small amount of time that I've had to actually do so. And not even getting into the numbers, I kind of overlooked something. Remember how I was talking about the Qingyi Nicole or Stunner Nicole teams being one of the biggest winners of having a disc set like this? Watch this stun rotation and see if you can find the problem. Did you catch it? I barely did any basic attacks. Turns out Nicole's skills cause a lot of quick assists, and you know, I knew that. I played a lot of Nicole, I just kind of forgot. So that doesn't really work. You can't really do basic attack damage if you're not doing basics. So I think Hormone's just your best bet on that team. So what teams can you use Dawn for? Well, you need a support. You're not really going to have a good Anton team without one. Especially with the way the new engine works. So if this set sucks for Nicole, who else can you use? Well, Arena's an option. I don't really play her that much, but uptime can be a weird issue. And I mean, honestly, look, if you're going to be playing Arena, you're playing her for shock uptime. So, you know, just run the set that's based around that. I'm not really going to talk about too much of the other supports, because most of them don't really work that well with Anton, so... Astra? I think it's just Astra at this point. She requires you to do nothing, and... Yeah, I mean, you could really just use Astra and just keep using your attacks. And... Like, that's really the best case scenario I can think of right now. There's nothing else, no other, like, Anton teams that I can think of that really is decent, and even, like, Anton's best teams are having a hard time clearing at this point. That's kind of your best case scenario, is that you're using Astra and you're not using Nicole, and you just get your stun rotation and do your basics. I don't really have much to explain here, it's just what you think. So what do we do? Like going back to the original question of, you know, what disc set do you use on the Qingyi Nicole teams, because the Thunder Metal is hard to use, and I hate doing that now, and I still like to go back and play those teams, but playing it without a disc set kind of just kills that. I overlooked something. I kind of have immediately outdated the last video I made. Just a small bit, because I kind of forgot that there is a option that you can put on pretty much any character, and it's kind of usable. You can put Astral Voice on Anton. It's not like recommended, but again, it's the better than nothing set. I'm saying it again, but like that is true. That's what that set is used for nowadays. And you might think like, well, if I'm running Astra, I'd be using that. No, Astra has a better option now. Look, I'm not gonna talk about this too much. It's there. I know it's a little ironic from the guy that like runs Swing Jazz Eve, and I don't look back in the slightest. I feel like the situations are a little different, but yeah, no, I should have just thought about that. Like, I can just use that Astral Voice Anton. You could be doing that as well. It's weird. It's not something I really like to do. I don't like Astral Voice as a set, but I mean, come on now. Like, what else do we have to do at this point? I'm not gonna farm a set for like testing this. Like, just to be honest, I'm not gonna bother doing that. If you want to go and do that, like, go for it, man. Nothing against doing that. I just game has not been fun lately. Hey, it's editing me. I kind of ramble for a bit here about the state of the game. If you're not really interested in that conversation, just kind of skip here to the end. And if you were just here for like the thumbnail title, you know, that all that stuff. Yeah, that was kind of the conversation. That's all I got. I don't exactly get to do off meta at this point. You might have been noticing a lack of deadly assault clears. Yeah, it's not fun. I'm just not having a good time with it. I've been trying to make deadly assault work, but I'm just tired. It's not been fun. I hit 25k on Defiler. My recording got corrupted. I can't get it again. It's a new cycle now. I thought I had the recording. I can't. Okay, I could probably hit 21k. I'm having a hard time hitting 21k. It's just not been good lately. There's so much to talk about there. Maybe that's a video I'll make, but it's so frustrating to have such a good patch for one of my favorite characters. Even multiple. Like, I finally got like Eve's engine, so like that team is better. And then to do so much worse because the buffs are just completely shill buffs. They're telling you to run 3 teams. Like, just look at the buffs that they're giving you. They're telling you just to run 3 teams. Monato doesn't even feel good. I have him at like M4 now. I have Lucia. I couldn't get her engine. I got Steel Cushion. Thanks, game. And I thought, like, you know, he's the new character. Lucia's the new character. They're gonna shill the fuck out of that, and they made a new boss that like those characters work perfectly for. So like, you know, at least I can get my video on. Nope. No, I'm getting like 18, 19k. Man, I'm tired. It's not fun. I know I was the guy that said like, oh yeah, no, you can just play your favorite characters. This game isn't that difficult. The past like few months have been like so bad, and it's a shame too, because like before 2.0, I was so happy with the way the game was going. Like, that's just what I spend my time on. I don't really do that anymore. I'm having a hard time like kind of getting back into like doing like the story and everything. I still haven't done the the one from the last like update patch, you know. I just haven't gotten to do that yet. I didn't feel like it. I didn't really care for that patch. It's just, I don't know, man. I enjoy playing the game when the game is fun. The game has not been fun. The rest of the game outside of like Deadly Assault is still like pretty much the same. Like Shiyu Defense, like I still get like really good clears on that. But like we made a new like higher tier of endgame content and had us like be able to experience that for a bit, and then they just kind of like took it out from like under us. It's now in line with the way Genshin does their like duplicate of this mode, which is that if you have the right teams, you get to have fun. And if you don't, you get to struggle and like pretend like this is a full-time job. There is a small dozen of people that can claim this is a full-time job. I'm not one of them. I'm not gonna really give this game that much more time. Not to say I don't like it and I'm not gonna keep playing it, more of a I'm not gonna keep treating this as a job. You can look at the views. I'm not monetized right now. So that's more rambling than I needed to on this little short like update video. I'm going to cut that out and continue making other videos. You never heard it, but I had to cut out like half an hour of like rambling, maybe more, potentially an hour, honestly, now that I think about it, of rambling from the last video, the Anton like 2.38 video, because I talk too much when it comes to stuff like this. I really do. So I'm probably cutting a decent chunk out of this compared to what you're currently seeing. And yeah, so a little update for the channel. I am not like gonna be like stopping making content. If that's kind of what you're thinking from the sounds of things. No, I'm just changing the way I do my content. It's gonna be more stuff like this. I've been having a hard time kind of getting myself together to like make these videos like this. But this is clearly where like people are interested in watching stuff from me. Thank you a lot for getting the 1,000 views on that video. That was crazy. it kind of turned this from being like a fun little like haha funny thing to, oh, people care. Whoopsie. Now granted, I don't think any like other videos kind of like that for other characters are going to do that well, because Anton's kind of just been the thing that is holding up this channel with like some Kaleda. So I don't know, but also at the same time, if I maybe open this up a little bit to be more of a like dialogue about the state of the game, potentially, there's a lot of those videos being floated out right now. I'm considering putting out like a perspective as low tier player says his thoughts on the state of the game. I don't really know. I'll think about it. There's other videos I want to make more though, and I'm still gonna put out some occasional content about the game. I'm just not gonna be doing those DA clears probably ever again. I don't want to say that, but it's very likely. It's really just not worth my time at this point. So I have a Twitch. Follow me on there. I'm gonna try to start streaming on here and Twitch, or like if I'm doing clears like that, I'm probably gonna start streaming them instead of just recording them. And I'm also gonna start streaming like other things somewhat soonish, not immediately, maybe within the next month or two. And expect a lot of Pokemon content on the channel and the streaming channels, because to be frank, I'd kind of like this to be more of a thing that I can justify doing instead of a thing that I put out there for a small handful of people to kind of appreciate. It's not that I'm like doing other content like just to try and like rake in views. It's more of a, here's the other things I really like and they're kind of like in my life right now. Like I started this because Zenless took up a big portion of like my life and my free time. And since I was spending so much time on it, I was like, hey, you know, I have things to put out there and stuff to contribute. And Pokemon's kind of been in a similar boat where since I stopped like being interested in Zenless as much, that's just where I'm kind of spending a lot of my time is Pokemon, and the new game came out and this and that. So I've had a lot of video ideas for that. Expect this to look a little bit more mainstream because, look man, if this becomes a small job, a little side income, I need money. I need a lot of money. So like, you know, if this became money, that'd be pretty cool. I keep like buying like streamer equipment. I gotta justify it somehow. Maybe I can get like tax write-offs on this. I have no idea. Like let's keep it real. I mean, look at this economy. If you can make money off doing this, you probably would as well, and I would encourage you to do so. That being said, if anyone wants to, you know, talk about the general state of the game or anything in the comments, feel free. I am open to talk about that. Might make other videos on that. I might just make this more of a, you know, opening the floor for a minute. If I make more like videos like this that are just kind of like me openly talking about whatever's going on in the game and stuff like that, would people be as interested in that? Or at least potentially interested? I don't care if it's like 1/10 of the views. This is really easy for me to make if I don't have to worry about editing that much. So if you're interested, like, I will make more videos like this. I ramble a lot. Again, there's a lot of this I've had to cut out of this video, so if you are interested in hearing my ramblings, I will put that out there. And hell, if you are interested in me rambling and getting to respond to me in real time, I'm going to start streaming at some point. If you're interested in any of those things, let me know, and I will start doing them faster. Part of the reason why I've been a little slow in doing all this is saying that I want to do these things, and then kind of remembering that, like, I have a couple hundred, maybe, people that are interested in some of this stuff. So, as much as I'm trying to fulfill my obligations, it's also not exactly a pressing matter on me. So, if you want me to do things, tell me. That's about it. I'm running out of ways to keep talking right now. And honestly, this video was supposed to be like 3 minutes, so I'm going to cut out a lot of this. Okay, thanks, bye. Oh, also, in the time that it's taken me to make this video and do other things, I don't really talk about leaks all that much, but grace buffs? Grace buffs are a thing? I think. I hope it's like Genshin. I don't know if you've seen the Genshin buffs. That stuff's actually insane. I'm almost tempted to play that game again. Almost.